Hurricane Tracker Joe here with Storm Stories Episode 2. Before I reveal this next storm, I have to show you how historic Andrew was. First, that there have been 306 hurricanes to make landfall since record keeping began in 1851. After Andrew tore through South Dade County as a Category 5, Andrew then headed north and made a second landfall in Louisiana as a Category 3. Andrew is the only storm to make two landfalls as a major hurricane. Next, you'll see, there has only been 4 Category 5 storms to make landfall since the 1920s. As you can see, Andrew is one of them. Lastly, Andrew is the third strongest storm with regard to wind speed when making landfall. I moved here in 1991. Andrew hits in 1992. I start tracking storms in 1998. Now it's 2004. If I had a crystal ball, I could have seen that 2004 and 2005 were going to produce 16 storms that hit Florida. 6 would become major hurricanes. My first major hurricane that I tracked hit South Florida, Hurricane Charley. On August 9th, 2004, Hurricane Charley formed. So from here, take you through the journey of Hurricane Charley. Came up into the west side of Jamaica and then came up. Now right about here is where the National Hurricane Center put out the forecast and predicted that Charley would hit Tampa. So this is what they predicted the storm would do. Come up here, and right about here is Tampa, and it was forecasted to do this. That was their forecast. Tampa was under evacuation. They were freaking out. This was a storm for them. Charley ended up doing early turn. I'm going to go slow here and show you exactly where Charley went. Just to the west of Key West. And then instead of going north and coming through Tampa as predicted, it made an early turn. Right about here is Punta Gorda, Florida. This was a horrific forecast. You got people in Tampa evacuating. People here were caught with their pants down. Weren't expecting this. Storm was supposed to go to Tampa. So now we have a major problem. In addition, this storm was crossing Cuba. Any interaction with land, they weakened the storms. Charley was weakened at Cat 2, but it re-intensified, and just before landfall, was a major Category 4 storm. This was really bad for the National Hurricane Center. I was actually working in North Dade County, and I was at work watching the storm come in, same as Andrew. I got lucky because this storm, it was powerful, Category 4, but it was small in size. I was watching it on the radar, spinning, coming ashore right here, and I was about 170 miles away. But understand quadrants. This is the right side of the storm coming in to my region. If this was a normal large hurricane, which all the rest will be, I would have got some action. If I would have gotten my car and drove just 20 miles west, I would have got into the outer rain bands of Charley coming in. I was just out of its range. Tampa was saved. Punta Gorda got leveled. I went there 6 months or so after this storm. And by the way, it was August 13th. That's the official date of landfall Hurricane Charley made in Punta Gorda. August 13th. It was born on the 9th. By the 13th, it came ashore as a Category 4 storm. And I'm telling you, I was there 6-8 months later on business. It took probably over a year or two to get this cleaned up. So that was Hurricane Charley. The start of the onslaught of hurricanes that were basically starting with this one. Charley's legacy is that it was the biggest modern day forecasting error the National Hurricane Center has made. See you soon with episode 3.